My name is Wicks Moreau. My company is Wicks Forge. My dad is a carpenter and my mom's an artist. So like from a young age I was surrounded by both, craftsmanship but also fine art. And it wasn't really until I got a bit older that I started doing ceramics and furniture and stuff like that. I was actually doing a master's in Scotland, found a blacksmith near my school, and I walked into a shop and just asked for a chance to learn and said I'd work for free and sweep the shop up, and I didn't know anything. And he actually gave me a shot, and I started out working for free, and after a couple of weeks started paying me. When I came back, it was kind of serendipitous. Like my grandfather and my great-grandfather were welders, and I came back to visit my grandparents, and I opened their garage, and there's this garage full of 50-year-old metalworking tools. So it was kind of an opportunity to continue that business in the U.S. The welding table that I still use, my great-grandfather built like in the 1920s, and I found an article from World War II, and it's an advertisement for welders to go to welding school, and it's the same welding table that I use today. So I dug out all these photos and I showed them to my grandfather, and he started telling me like, oh yeah, that's my dad teaching, class full of 20, 30 welders. And then he points to this guy slouching in the corner, and that was him, like when he was 18 years old. There's something special about the handmade aesthetic. There's just nothing that has replaced the feeling of knowing that someone actually touched the product that you're now using. And as a maker myself, I always really appreciate that process, to know that someone put their time and energy and effort into creating this product. And oftentimes when it's handmade, it's one of a kind. It's not something that's mass-produced or designed on a computer and then punched out by a machine. And it just gives it a lot more meaning. Yeah, so metal starts out and comes in just long, straight lengths called stock. Then you just turn the forge on, let it heat up, cut it to the length you need, hit it with a hammer, start to shape it into what you want. All of the hammering is done by hand on an anvil. It's dirty, it's dangerous, pretty frustrating at times, but you get like a pretty sweet product in the end that's gonna last forever. That's just amazing when you see people and they love what you make. And that's what it's all about. You're not making stuff for yourself, you're making it because you love to make it, but it doesn't really mean anything unless you can share it with people and if they can also enjoy it. I would say that a lot of my more artistic metalwork is very much organic inspired. It's kind of that interplay between this man-made, super rigid material that historically is all about symmetrical designs and straight lines, and taking that and turning it into these delicate organic shapes that seem alive. When I'm in the shop and I have the music going and I got a backlog of orders and I'm sweating my face off, you can take a step back and be like, this is incredible. I'm doing what I love to do, making a living out of it. It's pretty special.